If you're a bride to be, a groom to be, intending couple, give me a few minutes of your time. And this few minutes of your life will be one of the best investments you would ever make in this space. So let's get started. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ifeoluwa Kekelu. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. Do make sure that you subscribe to this channel and put on your notifications so you can know when new videos are up. And to all my family members, I'm so proud of you guys. I love you. Thank you for all that you are doing. Do make sure that you share this channel so that we can increase in numbers and more people can get blessed through the content that we have here. Thank you so much. I'm very excited because you guys are the reason why I keep doing this. If nobody's watching, maybe I wouldn't be doing this. Thank you for always watching. Thank you so much. There is no Lady Fair without you. I am super grateful that I have you guys in my corner. Thank you. So today we'll be having a book review, and as you can see, we'll be reviewing the book Things I Wish I Knew Before I Got Married by Gary Chapman. Chapman is an award-winning author and he is known for his popular book Five Love Languages, and the five love languages are in different versions. Five love languages for children, for singles, for married. He has some other books still in the nature of family affairs like Desperate Marriages and missed other ones, and the one I'll be reviewing today. So if you want to know anything about marriage at all, and or you are planning to get married anytime soon, or you are even already in marriage and you have not read any of Gary Chapman books, at least two of his books, you need to go to that bookstore and get books from Gary Chapman. So today I'll be telling you 10 things. In the book we have more than 10, but I'll be picking 10 things to know before you get married, and I'll be sharing the tips with you today. After this book review, if you have not read this book or you don't have a copy, make sure you rush down to that bookstore and get yourself a copy. So let's get started. The very first tip that you need to know is that being in love is not an adequate foundation for building a successful marriage. And someone is wondering that I need to love this guy. I know. I'm sure that you are very familiar with this cliche that says that the first wine always finishes in marriage and all of that. And by then they mean that the tingles, the emotional sparks, the mushy and everything, one day because of circumstances, because of seasons, it will fade over. And the real thing that you need to sustain your marriage are other things that are involved in marriage apart from this emotional spark. So Gary Chapman talked about 5 aspects of compatibility that is very important for you to have with your partner if you will be building a successful marriage. And the first one is intellectual dialogue. It's important you connect intellectually. Emotional control. You should be able to have control over your emotions. You should be emotionally mature. Social interest, spiritual unity, and common values. All of these things are things that will work hand in hand and make sure that even when the emotional spark is not there, if all of these things are in place and you are good on that level, the marriage will still be successful. The second thing I'd like to share with you from the things that Gary Chapman said is that like father, like son, like mother, like daughter is not a myth. Oh my God, this is one of my favorite chapter of this book because it's just enlightening. I remember when I was reviewing this book with my partner, then we literally had to sit down and say, okay, what are the traits that you see in your mom that you would love to replicate? What are the traits that you see in your dad that you'd love to replicate? What are the things that they are doing that you feel like I don't want to take this part of them? So we listed everything down and said, okay, this and that. And even in marriage now, if we are beginning to see the trait of any of these things, it's very easy for us to call each other's attention to it and say, babe, you're already acting this way. Boo, you're already acting this way. And I think it's not really so nice for you and all like that. So it is very important that you analyze this, sit down with it and understand that like father, like son is not a myth, like mother, like daughter is not a myth. The third thing I would like to share with you from this book is how to solve disagreements without arguing. Gary Chapman emphasized so much on the importance of learning how to resolve conflict without turning the house upside down. He gave different sides to it, meeting on one person's hand, meeting at the middle, or even meeting later. I don't want to go so much into details so that I just give you the brief, but it is very important for intending couples and even couples to master the act of conflict resolution without having to argue and make noise and scream down the house. And conflict resolution is a very important skill for you to learn before getting married. The fourth thing that Gary Chapman said is apologizing is a sign of strength. And this is so much related to the previous chapter that talks about conflict, disagreement, and everything. But more importantly, he emphasized so much on understanding the language of apology of your partner. If your partner just wants to hear, I'm sorry, do not go ahead and start giving your partner excuses. If your partner just wants you to take responsibility for your action, go ahead and just take responsibility and not just say, I'm sorry. If your partner wants you to make it up to them, go ahead and make it up to the person and not just keep giving excuses and all. It is very important for you to understand the apology language of your partner and you speak the language to them when you need to apologize. The fifth thing I would like to share with you is forgiveness is not a feeling. More than a feeling, forgiveness is a decision that, irrespective of how you feel, irrespective of how much you want to express your anger and all, you have to decide even before they offend you that no matter what happens, I am going to forgive my partner. Also, you need to understand that forgiveness does not automatically remove the consequences of wrongdoings. There are some actions that once you take them, you definitely have to face the consequences. And either your partner forgives you or not, sometimes you still have to dance to the tune of the music. Also, he also told us how important for us to understand that forgiveness does not automatically rebuild trust. There are some things that happen between couples that it takes a while before you get to build the trust back. Just like the same way you didn't end this person's trust in a day, you earn this person's trust because of consistency in actions, track records of doing some things and all. So once the trust is broken, even though your partner has forgiven you, it might still take a while for them to recover from the hurt, and to build the trust back might take a while. So it's absolutely normal. The sixth thing I'll be sharing from you with this book is, I so love the title, which says that toilets are not self-cleansing. Oh my god. And this is literally talking about understanding your likes, preference, your chores and everything. I literally remember how myself and my partner sat down to say this. Who is doing this? Laundry, who is doing it? Is it Hef? Is it high? Who is doing the cleaning? Is it Hef? Is it high? Who is doing the cooking? Is it Hef? Is it high? And times when the two of us have to do something, we still write it down and underline the person's name that has the primary responsibility. Even up to house chores, it is very important for you to discuss roles and make sure that everything is in place. You know who is doing this, you know who is doing that. Although if you discuss this thing before marriage, in marriage, some of you might change because of some circumstance, but at least have everything written down. Then when circumstances now arise that you have to change one or two of these things, then you sit down with your partner again and say, okay, I don't think that this is going to work for us. I think we should consider using another method. Toilets are not self-cleansing. Assign the roles and responsibilities to each individual in the marriage. The seventh thing that I'd like to share with you is we need a plan for handling our money. Of course, we know that one of the things that causes issue in marriage is the issue of finance, and it is very important for us to handle finance as early as possible. So even before you get married, sit your spouse down and ask him, how do we spend money? And if you're already married, you need to do this too. How do we spend money? Who pays for this? Who pays for that? How much of our money is going into emergency savings? How much of our money is going into school fees? What percentage of our money is going into investment? What percentage of our money are we giving to our parents and stuff like that? It's very important for you to plan your money to the cover, how you spend it. As much as you plan the rest of your life, it is also very important that you have a plan for the way you spend your money. Another thing that you need to discuss is sexual fulfillment is not automatic. The two of you need to understand the process of sex for a man, the process of sex for a woman. How does sex happen? How are things going to go? If we say, okay, this is what we'll do, if it's not working, how open are you to new styles? How open are you to this? How open are you to that? And everything that has to do with it. Sexual matter is one of the leading causes of issues in marriage, and it is very important for you to sit with your partner before you get married. I beg, speaking an open space, and even when you get married now in the comfort of your home, you can sit and discuss everything that you think your partner needs to know about marriage, about sex, your past, your present, your fantasies, and everything surrounding it. Very important. Also, the last thing I'd like to share with you is that spirituality is not equated with going to church. You have to dig deep and understand each other's spiritual beliefs. How did you grow up in faith, your salvation story, your doctrines? Do you believe in tithing? Do you believe in speaking in tongues? Do you believe in praying for long hours? Do you believe in this? All the controversial issues that is even going on and all. It's important for you to sit down and listen to your partner's perspective about these things. It's also important for you to ask your partner, how committed do you want to be in church? How committed have you even been in the past? You have to see the person's track record. How committed have you been in the past? What do you want to be doing in church? How do we serve God? Or, and if your partner is saying, okay, me, I don't believe in, okay, because something has happened, maybe church has hurt me or something, I just want to pray to God in my room alone. Just know what to do about that situation. It's very important for you to understand your spiritual beliefs, your doctrines, how the person grew up, how the person has been maturing in faith, and everything that is surrounding the issue of spirituality in marriage. Very important for you to discuss it. And finally, the last thing I'll be sharing with you is personality influences your behavior. I mean, behavior and personality, they are not things that we can separate. Like, it's your personality that definitely says that, okay, this is the way that this person is going to behave. You can literally say that if this person is a phlegmatic person or a melancholy person, it might not be very optimistic as much as a sanguine. It might be laid back in doing things and taking actions and all of that. So it's very important for you to sit down. What percentage of introvert am I? What percentage of extrovert am I? What is my personality type? What do I do? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? Sit down, compare it to your partner, and see how you can make things to work out within your marriage through the use of your personality. In fact, when we are doing counseling for intending couples, one of the things we do is to examine. In fact, one of the very first things we do is to examine each other's personality. Okay, this person is flair, this person is melancholy, or this person is sanguine, this person is choleric. What kind of home would they have? From knowing people's personality, we can literally say that, okay, this is the kind of home they are having, and these are the kind of issues they will most likely face in their home. So understand your personality, read books on personality, know your weaknesses and your strengths, and look for a way to make sure that things work in your marriage. With this, I have come to the end of this video. If you have enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, comment if there's any other book you want me to review. Did you enjoy this book review? This is the second book review we'll be having on this channel. Is there another niche you want me to film on? I think the last time we talked about finance, today we are talking about marriage. If you want me to do another book review in another aspect, maybe personal development or spirituality or any other thing, just let me know in the comment section. If you have enjoyed this video, let me know. Thank you so much for coming. I really do appreciate you being here. If you have not subscribed, subscribe. If you have subscribed already, share this channel with your friends and family. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.